I'm Spencer Laux. Just making sure okay, it's working. The Cubs, for the first time in a very long time, have relinquished the lead of the Central, as the Reds must be on fire. They are. They're 8-2 of their last 10, but the Reds stand alone atop the NL Central, and I'll tell you, it's a lot less competitive than you would guess. They're the only two teams over 500 at the moment. Um, yeah, I mean, everyone probably expected the Pirates to be not great, but you would think the Brewers and the Cardinals would have a better team going on. But we go to the fourth and final game of the series. Jose Quintana versus Zach Eflin. Can the Cubs stop from being swept? This would be, would it be the second time? Hold on, sorry. They were swept by the Diamondbacks earlier this year, but aside from that, they've been pretty darn good. But they're about to be swept for the second time, this time by the Phillies, if they can't get their effing stuff together. Oh, decisions. Yeah, let's go Quintana. He's not fully recovered, apparently. As far as energy-wise goes, but you know what? Oh, well. God, I like that Hernan Perez can play anywhere, but at the same time, we're going to give Steven Souza a start. We're going to give Horner a start. I feel like the offense has been so anemic that, actually, we'll give him, I don't know, Baez did okay. Baez is on the way up. They're starting to get a little tired. Rizzo there. Oh shit, Zach Eflin left-handed. It doesn't even matter really. Actually, sorry, I'm gonna look back for a second. Zach Eflin is right-handed. I keep on thinking that there's more left-handed pitchers than there actually are, apparently. But yeah, we're gonna put Steven Souza in there for Jason Hayward. Oops. You know, let's look at sorry, this is taking me longer than it should. I'd like to look at Perez's fielding. That's good fielding. Does he have an arm accuracy? It's pretty good arm strength and accuracy. Although he doesn't play center, which is an issue. Because I'd like to... How is his... I don't know. Like I said, sometimes I don't understand why certain people are rated certain ways in this game. And I can't decide if I want to give Baez a day off too, or... Because it looks like his energy is getting low. You know what? Let's put Horner in for Baez. I've wondered what they were going to... Contreras. So we're going to replace... We'll put Happ, I guess, in the cleanup spot. I'm definitely going to need to start looking at AAA. I literally might just look at AAA and see who has the best power numbers. I know that's a little simplistic, but I'm a big believer in having a strong offense. I like having guys that can change the game with one swing of the bat. I mean, that's becoming the climate anyway. In reality, it's more strikeouts, more home runs, probably more walks. The prime example of that is Joey Gallo with the Rangers. I believe is the first player in history to hit 100 home runs before they got 100 singles, which is bananas. I don't think I ever, the entire time when I was younger, obviously I didn't play it when I got older, but I don't think I ever had a natural home run that like left the field completely. I had a couple hit the fence, I had a couple in the, I had out like in the park home runs. But I don't think I ever had one that left the field altogether. So the fact that I had a lot of singles though, had a lot of singles. Now everyone's all about exit velocity, or that's the, I mean that's one of them, but also the launch angle is what I was looking for. It's all about that launch angle. It's popped up. Jesus Christ, Ian!
No, he's safe.
I almost subbed for him, but no one, except Almora, was the only person who could have probably gotten to that in center. But that should have been caught, and then it fucking hits him in the dick, and then he can't even throw it to second in time. This has been the Cubs' last 3 games, is not getting it, then getting hit in the dick, and then not throwing it right. And then now it's going to score well. I'm eventually going to maybe make managerial decisions. I feel like if I'm just getting too angry at things that aren't that important, things that upset me. Or maybe I'll just see if certain players are ready. Because sometimes it's unfair how they rate minor league players. Because minor league players often have their ratings aren't as good. When in reality, the stats are there, the statistics are there, it's just you never know how they're going to respond to the games. But, I feel there's a couple people in the system that can really come up and contribute if given a chance. It's a little early for me to start talking like that, I realize, as they're only a half a game out in late April. But last 3 games have been frustrating. But the game has also been largely a reason. The game is what I would say robot errors. Yeah, we'll say robot errors. Oh my goodness. Well, this isn't good. Maybe I should have put John Lester in.
That is 4. The first baseman, number 17.
Sorry, my friends and I are going in on a birthday present for one of our other friends. On the off chance that one of my friends is watching it right now, I'm not going to say what it is. But it's going to be a good one. It's going to be funny. It's a belated birthday present too. It's going to be probably 2 weeks after their actual birthday. But better than nothing. Sorry, I've already stopped paying attention.
Ball 2. Correct out, 2-2. successful.
Full count, 3-2 from Reese Hoskins. And he's hanging in there. Runners at the corners. A good strikeout would be good here. There we go. Strike 3. Hoskins, for a moment, doesn't realize he's no longer supposed to be occupying the batting space. As he shuffles some dirt around. Which is what? All right, Didi Gregorius is up next. I feel like their whole lineup's been hitting pretty good against the Cubs here in this series. All right, 0-1. All right, 0-2. Good ground ball towards the shortstop or second baseman would be nice. Get out of this inning. Oh, don't know where that missed. Also, I'm out of cinnamon rolls. I'm out of Pickle Rick, Pringles. I got Johnsonville Brock still. And I'm not really feeling the... It is a sweet sausage. It's sweet meat, but I'm wanting the sweets and less the... I don't want the meat salty. I don't know. I got pancakes, but then I have to make them. Even though they're like just pouring water in. Strike 3, all right. Second strikeout for Jose Quintana.
Batting fifth, the catcher.
Yeah, I don't have any. I feel like I really want processed. Like I want a pre-made thing that's garbage and full of sugar. I want a zebra cake. Anyone else just getting really weird, strong cravings for things? Like, just out of nowhere? Like, right all of a sudden, I really want zebra cakes. The goal is eventually to have some sort of snack food sponsor me. Just zebra cakes and Mountain Dew and Doritos. If only. Gosh. One can dream, I guess, right? How fantastic is that? Oh, ripped down the line. What foul? 1-2. Quintana's looking like he could theoretically get all strikeouts for his outs. Oof. Reset it. 25 pitches into the first inning is not ever a great thing, especially considering his energy levels were not up to full yet. All right, that should end the inning, and it does. Or ends the half inning. But the Phillies score. Here comes Zach Eflin of the Eflin brothers. He left the stardom of playing bad music to be a baseball player. Zach Eflin.
Leading off for the Cubs.
Chris Bryant's up. His average has been dipping a little there. His OBP is still good. I still have him as the leadoff guy. That's another thing, is that the Cubs, it'd be nice if they got a true leadoff. Okay, looked a little inside to me, but okay. It'd be nice if the Cubs got a true leadoff guy. They don't really... They haven't, since they won the World Series, really have someone that's a no-brainer to put in the leadoff role. Chris Bryant is supposedly going to be that person to start the season. The only person that they put in there that's really had great success in that role of leading off is Anthony Rizzo. But that's just because Anthony Rizzo's a good hitter anyway. I think wherever you put him, the numbers are going to be good. I do think that he might have better numbers as a leadoff man than he does as far as average-wise and beat. Jesus Christ, Chris, you're the leadoff guy. Don't swing it, Gardner.
Batting second, the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
In fact, I think Anthony Rizzo has perhaps he's got a bunch of, I feel like he has a bunch of leadoff home runs. Who's maybe the leadoff stats? This is from 2018. This is from 2018, so this is dated. But in 2018, it says he has 20. So the times he has 23 career starts as the leadoff guy. Caught. He was batting .383, .475 on base percentage with 16 runs, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, 18 RBI, 14 walks, 13 strikeouts, 3 strikeouts. And in the 23 plate appearances leading off that game, so like when he led off those games, he was batting .579 with an on-base percentage of .652 with 4 singles, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, 2 walks, and 2 at pitch. That's 15 times reaching base and only outs. Obviously, the numbers are a little different, as I think he probably led off some of the time last year. But oh my God, what are you doing swinging at that garbage? Oh, might get through there. Is he gonna get the speed? Go, he's safe. Good hustle. Good hustle. Bad at bat. Not well hit. But now Ian Happ is up. The cleanup hitter, who I am day by day losing faith in. You saw him in the outfield earlier. You know why. I don't like him as center fielder. Like I said, I strive for the best offense I possibly can have in most games. But that being said, the center fielder, I didn't even realize it's too soon. The center fielder is very important. That should be one of your fastest guys. It should be a guy who's good at running around and catching balls, who should have a good arm. I feel like Ian Happ's got decent speed, but in this game at least, his arm strength ain't the best. And he hasn't been hitting well enough. I don't know. He's been average all the way through, and I feel like maybe it's wasting a spot. And everyone's like, oh, he's a switch hitter, though. It's like, great. He's been equally ineffective at both sides of the plate. Being a switch hitter only really matters if you hit well on at least one, if not both sides of the plate. All right, here comes Quintana back. About to throw pitch number 30 with only 3 outs recorded thus far.
2-2.
I think he needs to throw more, although I guess he was throwing strikes and they were hitting him. So maybe, I don't know what he's doing now. I don't think he's walked anybody yet. He's given up some hard contact. He's been striking people out and giving up hard contact. It's a very, who knows what's going to happen in that situation. Strikeout number 3 for Jose Quintana. He might end up having one of those weird-ass days where he pitches 4 innings maybe and strikes out 8 people. But, sorry, I'm just thinking. Oh, Jesus, that falls. Well,
Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 56.
it's just.
Zach Eflin.
It's funny because I considered putting Jason Hayward in both center and right field, and I had benched him instead, and he would have caught both of those. Both of those that have been causing issues. Oh, are they going to try and go for 2? No. That's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Segura.
Gene Segura.
Two
2-0. We'll see where this one goes.
Back outside. He
seems a little scared, perhaps. Strike 1. Borderline. I need to start getting a sound. I need a soundboard so I can do sound effects instead of just saying so. I literally just want the clip of Madonna going borderline.
3-2.
For any pitches like that, where it gets to call the striker a ball. Borderline. Feels like I just wanna lose my mind. Oh, strike 3! He's striking people out. He's got at least 5 strikeouts, I think. 4 or 5 strikeouts. Throwing a buttload full of pitches, though. Nico Horner's up, batting .236 on the year. Strike 1. Oh, God darn it. Caught.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, Steven Souza Jr.
Steven Souza Jr. I put him in for strictly offensively, strictly for offense. I didn't put him in to fucking not catch fly balls in right field like he did last inning. That's for goddamn sure. Jesus Christ, Steven. I just
Batting seven.
don't
The
even.
catcher, Victor Gerardini.
No ball. One strike. Oh. One ball. One strike.
Who's up now? Victor Caratini, who I like a lot, but he's been doing less and less good. Zach Eflin is doing good. He'd be doing good. He'd be doing good.
Leading off for Philadelphia.
He'd do
the
good
left fielder,
things.
Andrew McCutcheon.
Ooh, whoa.
No.
Boo! Boo! Deep. But not deep enough. Thankfully.
The right fielder, number 3, Bryce Harper.
Keep on looking, my love, onto the borderline. Bryce Harper. I hope he strikes out now.
Oh.
Yep. Boop, bop, boop, boo. Oh, it's into the gap, and that's going to be a double. Yeah, Quintana doesn't go. Quintana needs to make up his mind. Does he want to strike everyone out or give everyone hits? Borderline. I hope you just lose my mind. Strike 3. What is it? Strikeout number 5? 5 strikeouts.
Up next for Philadelphia, the second baseman, Didi.
I mean, if he was Nolan Ryan, he'd be in fine shape, because Nolan Ryan one time threw, hold on, I'll tell you, one time Nolan Ryan threw like 200 and some pitches. Let's see here. It's no joke. Nolan Ryan threw 235 pitches over 13 innings for the Angels against the Red Sox.
That's ball
The
2.
game went into 15 innings. 235 pitches. From some perspective, someone catch that. Of course not. Well, and a bad throw, too. Ian Happ's not starting next game. Someone else is playing center field next game. Albert Morris is in center field, probably. Yeah, well, the thing was, back then, they let him pitch the whole game. Like, 235 pitches. Yeah, to put it in perspective, 100 pitches is about where almost every pitcher nowadays, I'd say 90% of pitchers get considered to get taken out of a game is around 100 for almost everyone. There's like a handful of people that once they've proven themselves, like Trevor Bauer, I think he had the highest average of any pitcher of pitchers per game. And his was maybe over 100. He was like maybe even closer to like 110. And he wasn't even throwing that good. It's just that he's... Oh, another strikeout. But it bounces on the ground. So 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. But they're losing. And he's giving up a lot of hard contact. So it's... The duality of pitching right now is he's given up some doubles. He's given up surprisingly only 2 runs have scored though. Heidi Watney, what do you think about that, Heidi? Yep. Those are stats. 5 runs. So yeah, they're doing really well on offensive stats, except the on-base percentage. That's bad on-base percentage not bad as a team. That's probably like an average person. But you would think that the stats would be better, considering how high the other stats are.
The second baseman, Jason.
Well, Jason Kipnis, who I also put in the game, mostly to see if he can, because he's got some power. We'll see how that goes, though. With Quintana on deck. Ball outside. But yeah, I think pitchers, that's one of the reasons why no one will ever beat Nolan Ryan's record, is that the dude pitched in 4 different decades. Yeah, I think he started in the late 60s and stopped in the 90s, I think. He pitched in 4 different decades. That's insane, because he stopped when he was like 40-something, and he was still throwing 90 miles per hour. But yeah, so that's why. I mean, they didn't use bullpens like they do now. If you were a starter, you were expected to get through most of the game. Quintana batting 167, which isn't terrible. Ooh, might drop! Might drop! No, it's caught. 300 strikeouts?
The bat, the third baseman.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. Last year, Verlander and Garrett Cole both got over 300, and that was a big deal because I think that had been the first time in a while that someone had gotten over 300. I can't think of when the last time before that when someone got over 300 strikeouts. It's just pitchers don't throw enough innings anymore. Even though the strikeouts are up, it's like pitchers just don't throw up like 5 or 6 innings.
1 and 2.
And if you run into trouble, you get taken out. Whereas back then, they kind of would let you go with it for a bit.
Three balls. Two strikes.
That's what I should do, is hook up a sound effects thing to my computer. And then I'll be able to do... Ooh, it's hit hard, but right at the right fielder. I'm putting on my Adventure Time Snuggie, because that'll make me feel better. Hold on. Almost got it. This is my whole mood of the Cubs play lately. It's like if they're gonna fucking...
Leading off for the Phillies, the center fielder.
If they're gonna phone it in,
Nick.
so am I. I'm putting on my onesie. I'm gonna let my hair be all fucked up. Put the hood up. Oh yeah.
No ball.
Nolan Ryan's strikeout record will never be broken. I mean,
Ball. One ball.
Justin Verlander's a pretty prolific strikeout guy.
That's the ball.
And what does he maybe have? Like he maybe has a season or two left, probably. Same thing with Scherzer, and they probably are like halfway there. Maybe. I think number 2 is probably Randy Johnson.
That's three.
Let's see here. All-time strikeout leaders.
The third baseman of the Phillies.
Yeah, Randy Johnson is number 2. What? Who's the cucumber guy? That's what I'm full for. Adventure Time
Now
is
back
Finn and Jake.
the pitcher.
So he starts as a 12-year-old in the show. He starts as a 12-year-old in the show, and as the show progresses, it ends he's like 18 in the end. Oh, a bunt! Ooh! That's actually a smart move to let the bunt drop. I know he didn't mean to do it, but you got the person who had 80 speed off the base paths, and the person has 20-some speed on. Oh, he turns into a Blue Jay? No, that's regular show. Is the Blue Jay one. Although there may be an episode, the crossover episode, where the Blue Jay shows up with like Mordecai. I haven't really seen regular show, but I think that's what you're talking about. Although there is an episode where they do a food chain thing and they do turn into birds, and maybe there's scientists that go to other dimensions. I don't know about that one. I know there is a really weird episode where they do about food chain where sort of that happens. All right, out of the inning. But I'm not sure the one that you're necessarily talking about. See, let's see who's closest on the all-time. So, active, he's not active anymore. The closest person was CC Sabathia, who was active with 3,093 strikeouts. Justin Verlander is number 18 with 3,006. So he is about 40%. He's 60% of the way to having the amount of strikeouts that Nolan Ryan had, and he's 95% of the way done with his career. So, if that says anything. I'm trying to think who the next closest. And then Max Scherzer is number 24 on the list with 2,692, so he's also He's literally almost just barely over halfway. Or not even halfway. He's not even halfway. Sorry, 5,700. So yeah, Max Scherzer isn't even halfway. Zach Greinke isn't even halfway. Cole Hamels, Felix Hernandez. Kershaw has less than 2,500. Kershaw's number 41.
Now batting.
And he has 2,400. 2,464. So that's crazy. Kyle Schwarber had a single. They gave him a single. If you ask me, that was an error that he reached on. But I'll take a bump in Schwarber's average. He could use it. That's for gosh darn sure. All right. The Cubs offense, even though their overall numbers have been good, they have been anemic the last few games, it feels like.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Ah,
1 and 2.
Fuddruckers. Alright, here we go. 1-2 pitch. Oof, just hangs in there. Zach Eflin of the Eflin brothers is about 50. Here comes pitch number 51. 3 innings in. So hopefully they'll get him out by around the 6th at their current pace. Fuck! 5th strikeout for Zach Eflin.
Up next to the Cubs, the center fielder, Ian.
Here comes Ian Happ. Let's see if he can do something bad.
That's out the corner. Hey! 1 and 1.
Come on, Ian. I believe in you.
That's ball 2.
That's why I put you at cleanup, is because I think it's a matter of time before you start knocking the ball hard. He's another one where I think his,
2 and 2.
where I think his stats should be a little, although they do give him a lot of power against right-handed pitchers. But I feel like he should be a little faster, because he's a guy who go 20-20. I don't know how fast what they've given him for speed in this game. Wait, who's on first? I don't even know how someone got on first. I don't know.
3 balls.
3-2 with a man on first with Nico Horner on deck. Do you send the runner? Oh, it's Rizzo. I missed how Rizzo even got on. I would maybe send, although Rizzo's only like in this game, it's like 19 speed, which is he's faster than that. Good thing they didn't send him because that was right down the middle. Strike 3.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Nico Horner.
Well, here we go. Pitch number 61 coming up to Nico Horner. Inside, good eye.
1 ball, no strike.
Makes good contact. Oh! Rockets that one up the middle. That's the kind of thing I like seeing. That's why you gotta start, Nico, is that kind of possible future. Right back up the middle. And there comes Steven Souza Jr. who once again I solely put in the game because I thought he could maybe hit offensively. Hit offensively with that. I thought he could do well offensively, but last at bat I think he struck out and looked real bad doing it. Well, shit. Man, I wish I had some food. I guess I got Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I wish I had some. I guess I had some blueberries. Maybe I'll put some blueberries and some Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Golden Grams. Ugh. I'd like some bananas. I don't know why I don't have any bananas right now. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Eflin. Foul off. Nicely done. Let's go, Tommy! Good eye, good eye. 2-2 pitch to Steven Souza Jr. from Zach Eflin of the Eflin brothers. Surprise! The Cubs don't score. You know, and to be optimistic about what's going on, I feel like the Cubs should be losing by more. They've given up 7 hits, yet somehow the Phillies have only scored 2 runs. So, and Quintana somehow has got the pitch count under control after throwing like a bajillion pitches the first 1 or 2 innings. So, we'll see what happens here. 0-2 pitch to Andrew McCutcheon. Ooh, tries to get him with the curve. But no dice. Say McCutcheon.
Nope. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Careful.
Strike 3.
The right fielder, number 3, Bryce Harper.
Tag one. 0-1, Bryce Harper. He's a double, single. He's a triple and a home run away from hitting the cycle, which are the hardest 2 parts of the cycle. Ooh. Outside.
Whoa, that's him. No, that's the ball. Okay.
Oh, man. Right up the middle. Another single. Harper's thrown together quite a season thus far. He's batting .350, has 7 home runs.
For Philadelphia, the first baseman, Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins is up. He's been pretty. He's done some stuff lately, I feel like, against the Cubs. He broke up Darvish's no-hitter a few days ago. Strike one. Wouldn't mind a ground ball here towards some second baseman, shortstop. Second turn 2. Oh, oops. I lost the gearing.
Oh, it's in. Forward. 1 ball. 2 straight.
One, 2 count. To Reese. Makes contact. But weak. Weak contact.
Ball.
Outside. 2-2 count. Oof. Go foul. It looks like it was going to be foul. It's a fucking home run, though. Oh, no, it's foul. You did the bat throw like it was a home run. You trickster, you, Reese. You trickster. I'm going to watch you, Reese Hoskins. I'm going to be mad if he has a really good year because I held on to him as a last round pick the last 1 or 2 years and dropped him this year
3 ball. 2 straight.
because he put together a mediocre showing last year. I feel like it's just his average, which is not great. He hit a lot. He popped the ball up a lot. Ooh, hit it very hard there though.
Now batting.
But
Second
right
baseman,
at
Didi
Chris
Gregorius.
Bryant, so that's good. School frog, you got you doing some fantasy baseball. Any players you're super excited about? If you're still there.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Chicago Cubs. Number
No?
45.
All right,
Darrell.
all right. Hypothetically, who would be your first pick in fan? I know that's a situational question. That's good.
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, I thought they got him there. Fantasy baseball is a lot of fun, I think. I like it a lot. Yeah. Oof. And another hit given up. Well, this time with Jarrell Cotton. Jarrell Cotton just came in. A little surprised they didn't let Quintana try and finish to see if they got to
Now
a
batting.
spot in the
The
batting order.
catcher, JT Realmuto.
Gosh, we're only in the 5th. I feel like for such a low scoring game, this game's taking a while.
Nope. Forward.
But yeah, School Frack, I'm a big fan of fantasy baseball. Do you like fantasy football at all? That's fair. That's why I didn't play fantasy football last year. Is because even though I had done okay... Alright, the 3rd out. Bottom of the 5th, here we come. And that's largely the reason why I know as much about baseball all around now is because of fantasy baseball. Because I've been trying to stay on top of... Because I just want to win my league one fucking time. I think I've been in it for like 5 or 6 years. And I've only even been in the playoffs like twice. Last year I probably came the closest that I've came, where I had a real good team. My starting pitching was stacked. And then I traded Charlie Morton to get. I got Kirby Yates and Craig Kimbrell, but Craig Kimbrell just started sucking. Because I just needed. I already had Josh Hader, so I had Josh Hader, Kirby Yates, Craig Kimbrell, which you would think would be really, really, really good, but couldn't hold it together. I either lost in the first or the second round of the playoffs. I really want to win just one time. I mean, I'd like to win every game, but okay, Victor Caratini, 0-2. Sure. All right, Caratini makes it. That being said, you also get put in positions where people on your fantasy team are playing your real team, and you don't know what you want, or you get really specific where you're like, I hope my guy gets a hit here, but the person on first doesn't score, and then they get like, yeah, it gets really complicated. Also, I try not to get anyone. Although I do this every now and then because I try not to get anyone from the Cardinals as much as I can. I try not to get anyone from the Yankees as much as I can. Although I'll still have some people on there. Like I had Miguel Andujar last year and as a keeper, and for a while I had Aaron Hicks. And I don't necessarily like having Red Sox, so it's super dumb. Oh, Dodgers and Nets. I did have Max Muncy and Justin Turner last year. I also had Clayton Kershaw, so I had, and I probably had Enrique Hernandez for a bit too. So I had a lot of Dodgers, and I have Juan Soto. I'm trying to think if I had any other Nets. I think that was it for Nationals. But Juan Soto, if you're going to have one person from the Nationals, that's not a pitcher. I wanted to get Max Scherzer. I was surprised that I didn't get Max Muncy this year.
Your attention, please.
And Justin Turner just doesn't play enough. Like, Justin Turner, when he plays, always puts up good, like, his power numbers aren't amazing, but they're okay, and his average is really good. That all depends on the league you're in, and if you're in a points league. I'm in a points league. In my points league, the top, like, 3 or 4 pitchers definitely usually score more points than even the top batters. I think Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander both had like 1,400 or 1,500 points, and maybe Max Scherzer had 1,200 or 1,300 points. Whereas there were maybe 1 or 2 hitters that hit over 1,200. And if your hitter gets over 1,000, they're doing real good probably. And both sides, if they're getting over 900, they're probably pretty good. But but that's kind of, I would say, once they get over 1,000, hitter or pitcher is someone that you definitely want on your team. As opposed to Jason Hayward, who's struck out. Is he just sub? Okay. I was gonna say I didn't put him in. It's like, oh, it's because he was pinch hitting for the pitcher spot. Well, here's Chris Bryant.
Oh.
But so, like, in my draft, I had the 3rd pick. And I really thought that I was maybe... Oh, Bryant puts a hit, charge into it. Will it be going? Oh, it's going to be a double. But runners on 2nd and 3rd, so there's Cubs got something cooking. A hit will score 2 as there's 2 outs, so they'll be off on contact here.
Anthony
Could have. But in my draft, the first three, it was Verlander, Scherzer, who I thought one of them would get to me because Mike Trout became available. So I picked Mike Trout just because he's just the best. Like, he's just the best player in baseball overall, and when he's healthy, his numbers are just crazy. I mean, and especially if he runs again, because his average is always really good. Yeah, dude is a stats machine. And if he runs again, which I don't know, he didn't, the last year or two he hasn't really been running, but he still hit like 40-some home runs and bats 300, so it's like, it's really good. And also, presumably, if I wanted to trade Mike Trout, I could trade him for almost anybody during the season. Not saying I want to. I'm just saying, like... And then I think Arenado went fourth. Which although the fact that they might not be playing Coors Field at all definitely diminishes his value some. Presumably. Oh, Rizzo! If it stays fair, it'll score at least 2! It does! It's going to be a double, maybe a triple. They're going to send him. No, he's going to stay. But he clears the bases with a double, and we've got a tie game. Wowie wow, that barely landed in fair territory. Let's take a look at the replay here. I didn't know for sure if it was going to or not. It did. And now Kyle Schwarber is up. And believe it or not, I was considering picking Mookie Betts over Mike Trout. Because I think he could, with the Dodgers, I think he could have a really good season. And if he runs too. Although, because he's going to be the leadoff man, I think, for the Dodgers. But the Dodgers have good enough power where I don't know if Mookie Betts will be running all that much when he gets on base. So I don't know.
Ball, no strike. Ball, one strike.
Well, Schwarber's hanging in there, and Zach Eflin is about to pitch 97. It's down the line. It's going to be a throw. Nice play by the third baseman. But, presumably, that'll be the last we see of Zach Eflin. I think. He was just a shade under 100 pitches. And now it's a tie game. Alec Mills is coming in. I like Alec Mills.
Number 30, Alec Mills.
He's got a decent ERA. He's only had really like 2 bad
Leading off for Philadelphia.
starts. Brandon Morrow and Ryan Tepera are in the bullpen. Brandon Morrow, who I brought up from the minors because his overall stats are really good, and he is good when he's not injured. So if you look at just his statistics that aren't, I'm assuming his durability is really low. Because his durability is really low. He gets injured a lot. But other than that, his numbers are really, like, his overall, he's like an 80, which is better than almost every other reliever in the bullpen. So why wouldn't I bring him up? And also, I didn't like Jeremy Jeffress, and they kept putting in Jeremy Jeffress. So I don't know if he's still on the team or if he cleared waivers.
Nope, that's the ball.
3-1. Come on, Alec. Don't walk him. Strike him out.
Low. Ball four. Take a base.
I don't like that. That I don't like.
The third baseman, number 4, Scott Kingery.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with all this baseball biz. I'd like to hear, and I know they can't make they shouldn't make decisions yet without waiting things out and seeing. Alec Mills gets a little help from the umpire there. There goes the 0-1 from Mills to Kingery. Ooh, contact, but weak contact. Oh, 2. Oh, boy. And that's going to drop. I don't know, Alec.
Now batting, the pitcher, that's Eflin.
When you got a pitcher 0-2, I don't know if you give him something high or something like that.
Your attention, please.
Okay.
For Philadelphia,
Well,
number 40.
at least there's a pinch hitter, I believe. Yeah, Adam Hazley. Or Hasley. I don't know. Paisley. That looked like a strike to me. Well, things are not going great for Alec Mills. Basically, whenever I praise somebody, they don't do good. But, Jesus, that's not a good pitch. Well, I'm guessing he's going to challenge him with a fastball. Well, it looks like they're going to give him not a fastball from the hand signs, although I don't know the hand signs for sure. But I would give him a fastball.
That's the ball.
Three 3-0, you would assume that he won't be swinging here with no outs. In the top of the order about to come up. I don't know why you would swing. And he doesn't, and he gets to take his base. So Alec Mills has allowed the first 3 runners he's faced on base. They might take him out here as, yeah. Nope, I guess not. I'm guessing this will be one of, unless, I don't know. I know if a run scores in this batter, they'll probably take him out. I do not want to see the salami here. That would upset me very much to tie the game up just to have this bullshit happen. And I don't know, like I said, Brandon Morrow hasn't been pitching great either to start with. Although he's only been playing a couple games in the majors. Okay. Could be a play at home. 59's pretty good speed. He'll probably go. Here comes the play at the plate. Not a good throw, and that's partially my fault that I took out Jason Hayward. Although I might have done a double switch when I subbed Jason Hayward in for pinch hitting. I might have just put him back in right field. I don't know, maybe. So that would have been closer. It would have been probably a lot closer. Jason Hayward has a much better arm than Stevenson's here. And now there's runners at the corners with 1 out. At least the double play. Well, I mean, I guess it maintains. Or what used to be a force at any base. Now it's a double play setup. Just a regular second first if they can do it. And here we go. 1-0. Weak contact. 1-1.
Nope.
Mills having some control issues. when he's not giving up hits. The fly balls to the outfield. He's seemingly having some control issues. Oh, that should be caught, but also is going to score that because he's 81. And it's like Rizzo didn't even bat first, and tied up the game. Because now it's 4-2 Phillies. Yeah, but those both were hit deep enough, and the speeds on the runners on thirds both times were good. Like that guy who just scored, that guy was an 80-something. The last one before that, if Hayward would have been throwing, it would have been a lot closer. He might have got him because his speed was like a 50-something, which is like still okay though. In this game, anyone over 50 is like decent speed. And anyone over 70 is like real fast. See? Fuck! Like, see right there, like a swinging bunt. You would think that would have been an out, an easy out even. Because look, how does that not turn into an out? Because he's got 69. Nice. Speed. But like I said, and I also said, I don't understand why the speed's listed as it is for certain people. Because Anthony Rizzo is only listed as a 19, and I think that's a little unfair. I think he's a good base runner and moves better than that. All right, Rhys Hoskins is up. 0 for 3 on the day, 2 for 11 on the series, with 2 home runs. So yeah, he's either doing really good or really bad. Ooh, tries to make him chase.
1-1.
I was gonna call Gerald, but I'm all worked up. I don't know if I want to call Gerald when the game's this close in hand, and then I'm all worked up about it. Two-one pitch. Alec Mills to Rhys Hoskins. A hitter's count. That's a twirl. Oof. And this should end the inning, or the half inning. It does.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Phillies, number 89, Robert Shaw.
Sorry, just reviewing my Instagram. Just reviewing the old Instagram today.
Leading off for the Cubs, the center fielder, Ian.
Ian Happ's up, who
That's the ball.
I feel like should have better numbers. I don't want to send him back down, but I might send him back down. Maybe that's all he needs again is some more time back at AAA like last year. That seemed to be the ticket for him last year to get his shit together, was just spend most of the year at AAA. Would that be mean of me? I don't know. All right, ball 3. Strike 1. Good take, though. I wouldn't want him swinging at mostly anyway. flying inside, but a strike nonetheless. It was there. Well, now he needs to protect the plate. Going from 3-0.
The batter, number 2.
Striking out. It's
Corner.
pretty not my favorite thing, to say the least. What are you doing, man? Wow. Oh, it's fair. I thought that was super dumb. But Nico Horner did a bunt single. Wowzers. Steven Souza Jr., who I can't emphasize enough, I solely put in because I thought he would maybe bring some offense to the table despite striking out both times and looking pretty bad while doing it. And it's 3 for 15 on the season. Yeah, I don't know what else to say there.
Oh. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Like I said, I might start looking at the AAA people and see. I don't know. Should I try and make trades, like actual trades? It does have a filter on where it's hard to get the computer to agree to a trade. If you don't have like auto trades on, like you have to, it genuinely has to like look pretty. I will not. How dare you? 3 strikeouts for Steven Souza Jr. Yeah, throw the bat. I mean, why did you even bring the bat up with you? Is what I'm wondering. Man. Well, Victor Caratini's up. He could, I mean, I'm assuming, wow, drop, nope. Fuck! The good thing about if I traded Baez for DeYoung or whatever is that I could probably get more than just that. I could probably pick up. Gosh, I'd be interested to see what I could get. God, how mad would if people ever started watching this? If I did a trade,
He changes for the Cubs.
I wonder what I would need to trade to get Flaherty.
Number 15.
I want to look at what DeYoung's numbers are, but I wonder what else for Baez and what else I would need to get Flaherty. Because I would like that a lot. Does he? I didn't even know he had a thing.
No, that's a ball.
How? Where did that miss? Where did that miss? This is ridiculous. It's a salmon jumping out of the water. Nice. That's pretty dope. All right. Once again, Ian Happ can't catch the fucking ball. Dive for it, you fucking dipshit. But I would like to have Ian Happ on the show sometime. He is the one representing the Cubs in the MLB The Show. The tournament or whatever. So Brandon Morrow continues to make me look like a fool. Like a fucking fool for bringing him up from the minor leagues. I don't know.
The center fielder, number 5, Nick Williams.
Well, I'm going to call Gerald.
That's the ball. 2 balls, no strike.
Because who cares? The Cubs are going to lose.
Hey!
You're interrupting Lethal Weapon. Is nothing sacred?
The Lethal Weapon, the show, or the first one, or the second one?
The first one.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch all 4 of the original Lethal Weapon movies.
Have you seen them?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
man.
never seen them.
Oh man, the first 2 are really good. The first 2, because you like I'm pretty sure Shane Black writes them.
Oh, it's a heck of a thing.
That's why, like, after you watch the first 2 Lethal Weapons, you've seen Iron Man 3, right?
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 will make so much more sense in how it's Tony Stark being ridiculous and Don Cheadle being like, you're crazy. Like, it's almost like their relationship in Lethal Weapon. Because Iron Man 3 is very much like, he's Iron Man for like 4 minutes in Iron Man 3. You know what I mean?
It's a good movie. I think it might be the best of them.
Do you? I need to go back and rewatch. I remember my expectations being so high for it because I like Shane Black so much. And I saw it in the theater, and I remember being a little let down. I was a little unhappy.
I think it's great. I think it's a great, just like an action movie. Apart from being a Marvel movie, it's just a great action movie.
I need to go back and rewatch it, I feel
Your
like.
attention, please.
I have mixed feelings about what they did with the Mandarin. I think it's kind of funny what they did because they were like, this character is like the way the character is wouldn't fit necessarily with the world now. So they were like, let's make it like pretend. I don't know.
Yes.
I did the.
You don't think they could pull off a Fu Manchu villain?
I mean, isn't that the whole reason why they, or one of the reasons why for Doctor Strange, it was like one of those irony things where the reason they didn't have it be a person of color was because they were afraid of how racist it was gonna look?
I guess only Quentin Tarantino can pull that kind of thing off.
Yes. Yes. But, I'm a little jealous that you get to see, or well, that you get to watch the first 2 Lethal Weapons. They kind of get not as good. But what's really either the third or the fourth? Are there 4?
Yeah, there's 4.
Number 46.
It might have been for the third one was is like they thought that I almost said Donald Glover. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson both thought that the other one was going to be replaced because they weren't getting along. And so Shane Black just said, yeah, we got someone else. And then, and he just waited for them both to show up on set. And then they did, and they were just like, okay. Like, and they, like, made up. Isn't that an adorable story? Is that they just thought the other one wasn't going to be there?
You know, if I was getting paid millions of dollars, I would be willing to spend 6 months around someone I hated.
Yeah. No, and I don't even think I think it was just a thing that they, like, I don't necessarily think they hated each other. I think it was they had a falling out, but then I think they made up. But, oh man, the second
Did they
one...
bond over some kind of mutual anti-Semitism?
You know what the irony is in the second one is all about equality because they deal with a lot of because South African apartheid was still going on during, and so the second one is largely about that, and it's pretty, and also Pesci comes in the second one, I think, but then Chris Rock comes in the third. I don't know, but yeah, no, enjoy. Even though I can't even really remember a lot of the first one right now, but it's good. The first, yeah. But anyway, the Cubs are losing by 4-1. Yeah,
but it's set around Christmas clearly.
Yes,
it starts with Jingle Bell Rock.
Well,
is it trying? Was it like competing with Die Hard? Is that what was happening?
Oh my God! Do you not know? I thought it starts with Christmas because it's a Shane Black movie. I'm not even joking. Literally, almost more than half of Shane Black films take place around Christmas or Halloween.
That'd be funny to do an SNL sketch where it's like, all right, have fun on your Christmas break, Shane Black, and then like his life is insane during Christmas.
Yeah,
and that's why he writes all his movies
around then. Well, because Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon around Christmas time. The Monster Squad, Halloween. I think The Last Boy Scout. He maybe wrote that. I don't know. I think that's around Christmas time. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Christmas time. The new Predator movie is around Halloween, I think, or Christmas time. There's one or two other examples. I'm trying to think. Did the Nice Guys? Does that take place around Christmas?
Maybe. It's been a while since I've seen that. That was a funny movie.
Oh yeah. That was a movie that I really liked too. That. In fact, there's an EW article. Literally, if you type in, if I Google searched, I Google searched Shane Black Christmas, and it says, Nice Guys director Shane Black explains his obsession with Christmas. It's just a thing of beauty, is the quote. Because, yeah, the Nice Guys, I think, does... And then he says, so why is the filmmaker so crazy for Christmas? And Shane Black says, oh, it's not in everything. Protest Black. Pretty close, though. And
now look forward to my new movie, Monster Squad Christmas Vacation.
Monster Squad Christmas. Yeah. So, it's also in 3 days. Apparently, he must have wrote the newer... Are there multiple 3 Days of the Condor? It's a Sidney Pollack film, but he maybe wrote that. It might be in The Nice Guys. So yeah, he really likes writing. I mean, it's easy. It's an easy background to do, right?
Yeah.
Any holiday, it's easy to write a background because it has built-in because any holiday already has a built-in symbolic meaning that you don't need to explain, and then I don't know. I'm excited for if they ever did the newest Lethal Weapon, which I think it was originally going to be the third one, was when I think their kids were going to get involved more too. But it was and get this, it was literally going to be a snow during a snowstorm was going to be what it was going to be taking place in.
And then they made it into Krampus.
Yes. No, but so the whole thing was like the city on lockdown, sort of blizzard stuff. So it's this crazy crime stuff's going on, but everyone's snowed in, so they're having to, which is that's kind of a cool premise. Is trying to stop a bunch of crime going on while you literally can't move around the city very well.
Another thing they did in one of the Batman games. To explain why there aren't just a bunch of people walking around everywhere and only criminals are out, it takes place during a blizzard.
Yeah.
And so everyone's just indoors.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a good explanation. I'll go along with that.
I tell you what else I watched that wasn't good. Police Academy.
Really? You don't like not even the first one?
I won't be watching all of those movies.
I mean, there is a drop-off in those eventually. But not even the first one? You didn't like the first one?
There were good moments in it, but overall, no.
Do you think it just hasn't aged well?
It's probably the best part of it, just because he's always making funny sounds in every scene.
Oh, Michael Winslow?
Yeah.
I like the Commandant's voice.
The scene where he's getting blown while giving the presentation, that's funny.
Yeah, and that one's kind of absurd too. I will say that the music in I love the Police Academy theme. Da 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 da. But they did. That is one that started to fall off the rails by around after the third one. Oh! Kyle Schwarber with a 3-run blast. That's a donger, a deep donger to straightaway 458 feet. That's a home run in any major league ballpark nowadays, I tell you. Now we've got a game. The anemic Cubs offense comes alive with 2 outs. I think they put 2 men on with 2 outs, and then Kyle Schwarber hits a donger, and now it says 457 feet, which is 1 foot less, I guess. I don't know what differences the computer AI had with telling the 2 different amounts of distance there.
That one of those players in those games has hit farther than the real person has ever done?
Not in this game that I've seen. I haven't seen anything go. I mean, there's been 500 and some foot home runs in real life. Here, I'll search the longest home run. Usually, someone will hit a home run that's like 400. Like, there'll be like one a year that are like 480 ish. Most extreme. Sorry, it's giving me launch angles. Like I give a shit about the launch angle. Because that's becoming a new stat.
About is the angle of that dangle.
The short. Why would I care about shortest home runs? Ooh, has anyone? They claim that Mickey Mantle hit a 600-foot home run, but at USC, but they think that might have been debunked. Let's see. And also, I don't know if they had back then. I don't know if they used wood or aluminum or what. Babe Ruth, they say, hit a 575-foot home run, which is absurd. 500 feet is absurd. 480 is absurd. Yes. Yes. Let's see here. But here's the crazy thing. Back then, though, it's like Yankee Stadium was like center field at Yankee Stadium. The old Yankee Stadium was like 500 and some feet. Baseball field dimensions used to be a lot different. So, and there's a part of me that likes that because there's a part of me that's like, if you hit it really far, then you knew it would land, but you'd still have to run. Whereas now you can just like, oh, that's going to be a home run. Whereas back then, if the fence was 500 and some feet, you'd be like, oh my god, I still have to run. Like you still could maybe get a home run, but you'd have to run fast during the whole. Let's see here. Sorry, you've gotten me into a whole subset of things. Longest. Yeah, the longest verified one is 575 feet at Tiger Stadium, I believe.
Number 52.
Or wait, 582. Maybe I don't know. It's I'm getting a lot of mixed things here. But yeah, old stadiums used to be really, the dimensions used to be weird. And so some of them would have really long center fields or really long areas, but really short areas too. I like that.
Get to like a parking lot or whatever. Is that a thing that happens?
What? Sorry?
Do home runs ever fly into the parking lot?
They can't. in San Francisco, you can literally hit it into the ocean. Because it's called McCovey Cove, so it's like if you hit in right field, like there's a cove, but the cove is part of the ocean, connected to the ocean. So like there'll be people on kayaks and shit that like run after home runs that go in there, especially because back when Barry Bonds was in his heyday, like there was there'd be a 50-50 chance of a baseball going into McCovey Cove because he was hitting a home run once every like 6 at bats, or something crazy. Oh no. Okay, good. Also at Pittsburgh, I think it's the Allegheny River. If you hit it really, like if you hit it out of the stadium, in San Francisco, the Cove is like pretty close to it. Like you don't have to hit it that far, I don't think, to get it there. At Pittsburgh, if you hit it out of the stadium, you hit it into the Allegheny River. That's when you know it's a really good one. I think. But I'm trying to think of other ones. There was once or twice where at Wrigley, because there are apartments across the street, I think Glenn Allen Hill in the 90s hit a home run that broke a window across the street. So he hit a baseball into somebody's house, which is really hilarious. Yeah.
I just want to look outside this beautiful day.
Yeah. I mean, and that's another, because people watch the games from the across the street at Wrigley. So much where it used to be like people on the roof just would like be having cookouts, and it's like people that lived there would just like party, and then they started building like bleachers on those, and then for a while, because Wrigley couldn't agree, where they were only getting a little bit of what the proceeds were, because I think it was like a lot of those rooftops were like if you paid $20. You just basically got all you could eat and all you could drink and be able to watch the game. Wrigley started blocking it with like a big banner because they weren't getting enough. But now it's an agreeable sum on both sides, I think. Where they, but what I personally think they should do, and I think this would be kind of cool, is if they connected the rooftops across the street with the stadium, and just so even like that area would just have, that street would just have like a tunnel underneath, and connect, and you'd be able to add a couple thousand seats probably. But I think that'd be kind of cool to have a whole underground like tunnel area outside of Wrigley.
What if I get a bunch of hot air balloons and fly them over? How much do you think I can get for those?
I mean, you'd be surprised. People like, where the real money's at, do you count Die Hard 3 as a lethal... Oh. Someone says, do you count... School of Frog says, do you count Die Hard 3 as a Lethal Weapon movie? No, I do not. Although I did... is that just...
It is very shameless, I will say, thinking about it. That's the Simon Says one, right?
Yes. Die Hard 3 is great, though. You don't like Die Hard 3? Although...
I like it. I'm just saying, I could see the shameless comparison.
Yes. I will also say it was the first Die Hard movie I saw, and I saw it in the movie theater, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, I remember being like, holy shit, this is awesome. Yeah. Die with a Vengeance. And, Jeremy Irons is fucking great. Yeah, he's great. I love it when he's all like, hey, or he's like, I can't remember what his name is in that, what his real name is in that. But he's all like, your brother Hans really was an asshole. And he's like, he was! You got his number! You got his number!
I like Jeremy Irons and Batman v Superman when he's Alfred and he murders a bunch of people.
Does he? Does he?
Batman murders people in that movie.
I thought that was only in, like, dream sequences. Does he actually?
No. Yes, he actually murders people.
Okay. I noticed once or twice.
Shoots
It was certainly implied that people were murdered, but it didn't, like...
And then that's also the movie where Superman kills a terrorist by, like, punching him through a concrete wall, and then later's like, I didn't do that.
Yeah, Zack Snyder shouldn't be in charge of films, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Zack Snyder should be allowed to be...
a great consultant.
Yes, for visuals. For a visual consultant. Zack Snyder should be a visual consultant on films. But that's it. That's it. He shouldn't... I watched Sucker Punch. I have a crush on Emily Browning. And also I'd watched it once before, and I was like, maybe this movie isn't as bad as I thought it was. But it is. It is. It is just as bad as you would think it to be. And it's very... Someone says Sucker Punch is great. Sucker Punch is not great. Like, it's... And the action sequences are about 4 minutes longer than they need to be. And then the fact that they try and claim that they're like making commentary on nerd culture. Fuck you. When people who aren't good writers try to make commentary on nerd, because they were trying to they're like, oh, it's commentary on the sexualization of women in nerd culture. And it's like, no, it's not. Like, it's not, like, I don't know. If it is, it's not very good commentary.
The only comment is, isn't it cool?
Yes, the commentary is, isn't it cool when there's lots of shooting going on? Also, they killed a baby dragon in it. And I was like, that's not a way to make me root for the crazies. Is by killing a baby dragon. Oh no. Oh! Hey, Ian Happ doesn't catch a ball again. This time one that certainly should have been caught. And it turns into a triple. Great.
What's the score?
I'm sorry, Poppy McCabe, that you feel that way. It is 5-6, so every run's counting, and it's in the, I think, 8th inning. I stopped paying attention. I tried watching it again, Poppy McCabe. Like I said, the whole reason that movie got made was because Watchmen did well. Because they were gonna maybe do it, and then he put it on hold to do Watchmen. And then Watchmen did so well, where they were just like, you've earned the right to do anything you want to do. Here's $90 million.
I loved when I've watched that. I think I watched it 3 times in theaters, the Watchmen movie.
Yeah, I liked it when it came out. I still like it.
That was back in the days when IMAX theaters weren't common, so I drove all the way to Mason City to watch it on IMAX.
Really?
So I was like, this is a visual film. If there's any film I'm gonna watch on IMAX, it's this.
Okay. Do you still like? I liked it a lot when I saw it. I know a lot of people were mad about it.
I still like it. I like it a little less.
Had you read the comic before?
Yes.
Okay.
The comic is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as the comic, I can tell you that.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, I hadn't read the comic at all. Plus, when it came out, I was probably like 22 or something. Like a stoner 22-year-old. Like, yeah, it was great.
Like, I guess I was like 18 or something.
Okay.
The right age.
I mean, I liked 300 when it came out, if that tells you anything. So, because I've tried to rewatch 300 a couple times, and I can't believe I I can't understand why I thought it was as cool as it was. Like, it's so silly now, I feel like. Have you watched, when was the last time you watched 300? You've never seen 300? I'm interested in your opinion of 300. Also, I never saw the sequel either. Although I would maybe do it just because Eva Green is naked in it a lot, I think. And I'm in love with Eva Green. 'Cause she's one of those fantastic actresses who sometimes is in movies that aren't great.
What about what's the other one? What's the Sin City? That's another one that's like that, right?
Yes, Sin City.
I remember liking Sin City.
The first Sin City is okay too. The second one is not very good. That's the one that Eva Green is also naked in a bunch in that one. A Dame to Kill For is that one. But the first one is, and maybe there was a novelty to those movies being unique. For, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of the first type of that movie where they almost were trying to get the comic book feel, aesthetic of what it was originally across. So I don't know.
I would love a crossover movie of all the failed superhero movies they tried to do around that time, like The Spirit.
Yeah, that was one I watched a couple years ago. That movie's really bad, but has interesting things in it. Like when all the dummy henchmen that are the same person. Fuck, the Cubs just gave up another run. Like all the fat guys with the lisps that are all the same but different. You know, the guy they're like, "Oh, sure thing, Mrs. Whatever," or who just.
Here's a movie I need to watch. It's kind of in this vein. Is it 90s that they did the Dick Tracy movie?
That was like 1990. Either 1989, 1990. I saw that at the drive-in. The reason I know it was around then is because Madonna, I just posted Madonna's, I don't know if it's like a Virgin, whatever her tour name was from 1990, they do a whole Dick Tracy thing, because she did a song for it, because she's in that movie. But in didn't What's-His-Name direct it too? Who's Dick Tracy? Warren Beatty?
Did he?
I think he directs it. It's weird. I mean, that movie has Al Pacino, Dustin Hoffman, Warren Beatty, Madonna at probably around her most famous time of her career. I can't think of other famous people, but I feel like there are other famous people in it. And then McDonald's had a big game thing that was similar to... Did you watch McMillions, by the way?
I did not.
That's crazy. It's crazy that because basically, I can't believe they got away with it for as long as they did, because they basically were like giving, like people that were winning stuff were like related, and it was just like they just happened to have like different last names. Can you imagine, like nowadays with how much is known about people? Like, that would automatically, like, get a bunch of red flags, right? Like, it's just, like, if people's, like, if the person who won $50,000 was, like, the cousin of the person who won the Dodge Viper, like, that would raise some eyebrows, right? Like...
I think that's a common thing now, that contestants can't be related.
Yeah.
For, like,
to anyone working.
All these big corporate contests. The big one I remember from when I was a kid was Mountain Dew had a thing where you would collect bottle caps that had words under the cap, and then like there was like a big poster thing with all the words. And
yeah.
I remember it was something like that.
Do you remember when the Pepsi one where they had the Harrier jet and the guy?
Yes.
The guy tried to sue Pepsi because he basically was like, it was $700,000 worth of Pepsi caps would get you the Harrier jet. And he was like, give me my Harrier jet. And they were like, it was a joke. And he was like, it didn't say it was a joke. It said everything else that was the real point. Like, I kind of, like, everyone looks like douchebags on that side of it. But,
Okay. Those are interesting. Those
Your attention,
contests.
please. Now pitching
Yes.
for the Phillies.
what was I going to say about the McMillions thing? Yeah, it's just crazy that they were able to just, like, get away. And what happened was, when the story came out, it was, like, a big deal for 2 seconds, but it was, like, right before 9/11. So it was one of those things where because it was the FBI who, like, broke it down, and then on the news story, and it was a big news story, and then 9/11 happened, and so it just became everyone forgot about it right away. And all the FBI, it went from like the FBI being like half the FBI working on that story to like the 2 guys working on it who started it.
It's like in the Chappaquiddick where they're like, boy, I sure hope this moon landing happens.
Yeah. That's another crazy story, because that was right around there, right? Did the moon landing happen like a few days later, or like?
Yeah, it was like right that they were like, oh, this will bury this story.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, speaking of that story, that was really weird that they got that close to it in succession, right?
Yeah, that's real. It's a real similar. Although, to be fair, in Secession he wasn't driving, but it's almost the same thing. The other guy was driving.
No, the son was driving. The other guy was like on too high to drive, and he's like, "Oh, I'll drive us there. You just give me directions."
Really?
Yeah, he's driving.
Okay, I didn't think he was.
That's his fault because it was a deer.
Yeah.
And they swerved into the river, so he really kind of didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Except leave him there.
Yeah, that was the part that was wrong. It was like, not calling the authorities immediately.
Yeah. But it's crazy that the only punishment Ted Kennedy got for leaving that girl to die was not getting to be president. That was his punishment. Literally, like, that's the only bad, like, they were just like, you can't be president now. And the fact that he was, like, mad about it, that was like, what do you mean I can't be president now?
Listen, if I had known that you couldn't be president after leaving someone to drown to death in a car, I surely wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. And I like how he, like, got a hold of the authorities the next day. Was like, whoops. Like, I don't know. Date they were going to put it to vote was December 8th. Oh, they were going to have a vote? I didn't know that. Did you know that they were... Northern California and Southern Oregon were going to split into a new state, and the date they were going to put it to a vote was December 8th, 1941. Why? What happened then? The state of Jefferson? They were going to call it Jefferson? Well, that's good. I'm glad that didn't happen.
The day they canceled that vote, because it's a day that will live in infamy.
Yes,
for that reason.
And
only that reason.
Also, Jefferson, who would want to? I wouldn't want to call it Jefferson. I'd call it Oreofornia. Oreofornia. Well, the Cubs lost again. That's 4 in a row. They got swept.
Well, they had a good start to the season, right?
Oh, not only it wasn't going to be called Jefferson, it was going to be called State of Jefferson. That sounds really pretentious and annoying. Is that how the Ohio State is like, I went to the Ohio State? It's like, yeah, just say Ohio State, asshole. Like,
we should really make all of those territories states if they, so they can get whatever rights.
What? Oh, you mean like Samoa and Puerto Rico and stuff? Puerto Rico votes on it. Puerto Rico has had votes on statehood, and there's like they've had votes on like 3 or 4 on whether they want to be a territory or a state. Like, there's not just statehood or not statehood. There's like 3 different things.
And all the flag manufacturers are just licking their lips.
Oh yeah, that's what I used to have. I used to have a bit about that where I was like, that's just big flag trying to, because every school is gonna have to buy them, So that's just big flag trying to. I like how I think it was my dad. I don't know how serious it was with my dad. But when he's just all like, you got, like, his whole reasoning is like a weird OCD, is what it sounds like type thing, where it's just like, 50's a good number to have, the flag looks good with 50, what are you going to do with that extra star, where's it going to go, it's just going to look strange. 50 is a good even number. But, yeah. It would be interesting if California split up into like the 6 states that they've talked about doing before.
Did you read that one? I think it was like it might have been like an Onion article about Illinois splitting up and each of the surrounding states taking a piece.
I did not. That would be interesting. Didi Gregorius is the player of the game. The Cubs lose again. Was it a joke thing, or for real?
It was like a joke, just because of how all the budget problems.
Oh, because they're just so in debt. Yeah, they're hugely in debt.
and just being like, all right, you don't get to be a state anymore.
Yeah.
Just make Chicago the state, and then everyone else absorbs all the other territory. Yeah.
I mean, isn't Chicago probably the area that's most in debt? Isn't it? I would guess.
Yeah, so separate the diseased tissue from the rest.
Which it blows my mind because I don't know how often you've driven to Chicago, but it's like $5 to $10 in tolls just to get into Chicago.
Illinois has great roads because they toll everything.
Yes. It's kind of absurd.
That's a thing, really, when I drove out to Columbus. Like, you really noticed the tolls all the way there. And it's just like, wow, if you were poor, you couldn't afford to drive.
No. In fact, when I went there one time, I had to, like, search for change. Like, I had to, like, get... And then, like, a guy was honking at me because I was, like, divvying up, like, and I wanted to be like, guy, I don't want to stay here. Like, obvious, what do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm just hanging out here? Poppy McCabe says you can drive for Chicago for free, but it's stupid. Yeah, you have to take weird routes. Also, I've heard some people just drive through that E-Pass thing and just hope that they don't get in trouble. And then one time I was really mad because I accidentally I went through the same toll booth twice because I, like, just wasn't paying attention. And I was really mad because I, basically did a loop around and had to pay, $2 in a row in 2 minutes.
You actually can just drive through the E-Pass and pay it later if you want to.
Yes, you can. Yes.
It's 100% an option.
Yes. Sure.
I accidentally drove through an E-Pass once, and then I just went online and paid, $2.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah. But anyway, Gerald, thank you for joining us. The Cubs lose. The loss goes to Alec Mills. The win goes to Zach Eflin, I believe.
Well, what about General Mills? What does he say?
General Mills is off he's a different front. He's on a different front.
He's in the Pacific?
He's in the Pacific. He's at Midway right now, taking care of some business. But the Cubs dropped to 19-9, which is still really good, but they are at least going to be half a game out still from the Reds. Gerald, thank you for joining us. Enjoy Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. We'll see how those go for you. They're okay, I guess.
All right, I will enjoy.
The South African model in the second one is very gorgeous. She's a very gorgeous lady. So enjoy that.
Gorgeous. I just watched Goldmember, which I think is the funniest of the three.
Do you?
And I do, very much so. And Britney Spears is in that.
Yeah, she's hot. Yeah.
And at her, holy crap, I had forgotten.
Yeah.
Until that moment.
And Spy Who Shagged Me, Heather Graham is very, 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 very attractive. Yes. But yeah, those movies, okay, because I've watched them lately, and there's they have a novelty fun level to them. And they were huge movies. When those came out, those movies were huge. Because let us not forget, the first one was very much not a big budget movie. That was very much it's fun watching from the first one to the second one to the third one, just watching how much more funding each one of those had than the previous is almost kind of fun. But yeah, we'll enjoy that and enjoy the Lethal Weapons. And then you can watch the parody of, do you remember, what's the name of the parody called? It's do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson play the two characters. But it's basically God, what's it called?
Is it like Hot Shots?
Yes, but not as obviously, since you don't know what I'm talking about, that should be an indication of it not being good. Loaded Weapon. It's called Loaded Weapon.
Loaded Weapon. Okay.
And I think they only made one, but it's called Loaded Weapon 1.
That's really funny.
That's about where the laughs stop, because it has a 17% on the tomato meter. Although it says 92% of viewers liked the movie on the Google thing, so I don't know. So it parodies, if this tells you what year it came out, it parodies Basic Instinct, Die Hard, Dirty Harry, Rambo, Silence of the Lambs, Wayne's World, and 48 Hours, and Chips.
Parody Wayne's World?
That's what it says, or spoofs. It says it spoofs the first 3 Lethal Weapons and then all the other ones. And Gary Goodman. John Lovitz and Tim Curry are in it too. So is Kathy Ireland and William Shatner.
Good for them.
Yeah. So anyway, watch the Lethal Weapons, then maybe. Oh, it's a National Lampoon's movie too. That's right around when National Lampoons started to have the regard that we currently have for National Lampoons. Yeah. But enjoy that, Gerald. Thank you for being on the show as always. And we'll maybe even call you tomorrow, unless you're working.
All right, that should be good.
All right, take care.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's do the game. When the game is tomorrow. I can't really see because the time is covered up. But I'm guessing it's not a day game. Yeah, I'm Spencer Laux. Thanks for watching. The Cubs have lost 4 in a row. Can they bring it to... Oh, they're playing Pittsburgh tomorrow, though, and Pittsburgh's 8-20 against Trevor Williams. So we'll see. John Lesser versus Trevor Williams tomorrow. We'll see you then, Cubs fans and video game fans. And yeah, see ya.